Computer. Okay. Okay, so Silver Club. Let me go to this graphic. Okay, there'll probably be a lot more info out, but this is the original graphic. So this is Silver Club. So like I said, Silver Club is blocking my thing, is an opportunity to learn key habits that will serve you to the foundation of your business, build momentum, and help launch you to the next rank. So here are the benefits for you. You earn points and prizes, build your business, rank advance, and the benefits for your new enrollees are free product. So just like with Diamond Club, how they give the free oils, it's such a great thing to always have one freebie that you can give your customer that you don't have to pay for. I mean, I've been loving these last couple months having Citrus Bliss, and I didn't even do Diamond Club, and I got to use other people's Diamond Clubs, right? So it's a great team benefit because it really is great to say, oh, this awesome additional oil, because they pick really great oils too. And for me personally, I love adding like a citrus or a mood support oil or something like that outside of the kit oils that they're going to get. So getting a freebie for them right away without you spending a dime is so beneficial, especially to people who are newly starting the business, who really say like, oh, I don't have any budget, right? We've all heard that with new builders. So when they have that, doing something like Silver Club will give them a freebie they can give to all their new customers. And if they order a really big, order, then normally it's 2 oils. And then you can add on your additional, maybe a couple roller bottles or something like that you're going to add on. But having that free oil for new enrollees is actually a really beneficial thing and does mean a lot to them. So the qualifying dates are starting in July. So, I mean, literally it's starting in 2 days. That is the qualification month. The great thing about Diamond Club, let me just check if there was anybody waiting. Admit. Okay. The great thing about Diamond Club, I'm going to say Diamond Club. The great thing about Silver Club is I personally think they could have been a lot harder with the requirements, and they are not. So it really is inclusive of everybody. It's doable for absolutely everybody. There really shouldn't be anybody looking at this, no matter what rank, and saying, I can't do this. I truly believe that everybody can with these kind of requirements. So what is it to qualify? So in July, you need to personally enroll 2 people with 100 PV enrollment order. That's it. And then 1 person in your upline needs to be your mentor or support. So your direct line, reach out up to them first and see like, okay, would you want to support me? And that would be a great thing. And I think the supporting people aren't even having to do like money or things like that, because with this you're just getting more prizes. I don't think money like is in Diamond Club, because the the requirements aren't as firm. So it's more just like a beneficial program to get you free product and things like that for your customers. So yeah, you just it's from anywhere, as you can see, consultant to silver, anyone can do this. Just sign up 2 people with 100 PV, then literally for the next months, September through November, you get free product for your customers. I mean, easy, no brainer. Everyone should do it, right? So the application deadline's August 10th. So just make sure you get your application in to doTERRA. And then September, October, and November, which are typically our best rank advancing months, our best. So going into Silver Club and having our best months with our newest products and everything launching is going to be really beneficial for your business and anybody new underneath you to propel you to those next levels that you're trying to get to. So you're going to get it for all those 3 months, and this is what you have to do. All you have to do is have 2 personal enrollments each month. I mean, if you're doing the business, that is going to happen, right? If you're actively hosting classes, doing one-on-ones, teaching people, getting referrals, the things that we know is how we build our business, you can get 2 enrollments per month. That means to stay all the way through Silver Club, you personally only need 6 enrollments the entire time. It's 3 months. That means 2, 2, and 2. That's all you need of 100 PV, right? Now, for your entire team, so meaning if you are just starting and say you are a consultant, you are your own team, right? At least the first month you probably are. Maybe you get a builder your first month. That would be awesome. But you still yourself could absolutely get 5 enrollments if you took this seriously and really said, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to treat it like a business, and I'm going to have those classes. I'm going to do those one-on-ones. You absolutely can do this as a one-man show. No brainer. Anyone could do this. And that's for 1 person doing it by themselves. But if you have a team and there are other people underneath you that are enrolling, guess what? They don't have to be enrolled to you. They just have to be underneath you in your team. That means you just need 3 more. You need 5 total team enrollments, 2 of those need to be yours, okay? And they do need to be 100 PV enrollments for this to count as your 5 that you need. And then only 1 class. And guess what? It could be online, in person, whatever. Anything's fine. And then you just submit it within 24 hours. Super, super simple. They really simplified Diamond Club from what I heard and how it was in the years past. And I think this is even more simplified. So that's the little nutshells. If you go down further, and I can link this afterwards, you get, based on points and stuff, you can, in a sense, win the competition and things like that, or, you know, achieve different ranks. I mean, you know, get ranking up in this program. And so for 1 new enrollment, that's 70 PV plus outside of your organization, right? You get 1 PV. So say if I signed someone up and used your code, you'd still get a point for it, right? You get 3 points for a new enrollment with a 70 to 99 PV. You get 4 points for a new enrollment if it's over 100 PV. That's the enrollment PV promo points that you get. You also get points when you up rank. So actually, this is a really awesome one for new people that want to start out. So you should really encourage people of any rank to do this. Because look, if they got up and re-ranked in those short months, which a lot of people skip ranks, do double ranks and things like that in those months of September, October, November. Again, they're our highest grossing months. You get 10 points for executive, 15 for elite, 15 for premier, and 20 for the new rank of silver. So you can read more details on it. Here are some of the prizes. You can get $500, a leadership retreat ticket, then $400 leadership, and then it goes on down. But I'm also going to come up with some of my own incentives too, to do a double incentive. I want to incentivize anybody to get it, that if you complete it, I want to give you a gift. I really think it's taking your business seriously, teaching yourself how to be consistent in your business, which I personally think is probably the number one thing that people are missing in their business is consistency. So if you can have consistency in 3 of our top months, right? Then going into December, or another great month, I just feel like that will really propel your business. You'll be taking it seriously and you'll see some actual growth. Because if we don't see growth in our business, you know, we can all say, oh, it was just a season, it was just a season. But if the seasons keep happening, it's really hard mentally, right? It just is. It can't not happen that you don't overcome it. Absolutely you can. But it is going to be mentally taxing if you don't take some seasons to actually say, I'm going to give it everything that I have. I need to see growth, right? And a lot of times when you are doing your own business, you absolutely, oh, people are trying to get in. You absolutely have to do that. Because if you don't do that, no one else is going to do that for your business. Now, you might have some amazing new rockstar builder here and there that really propel your business and give it life. We love those kind of builders, right? I'm like, yes, you just gave, you know, you gave me life, right? You brought in volume into my business. But a lot of times as the leader, you are the person that's bringing life into your own business. And if you aren't constantly bringing life into it, it's sort of going to die over time. So I feel like encouraging, incentivizing, what if for your lower ranks, you incentivize them, doTERRA incentivize them, I incentivize them. That means there's 3 people that are cheerleading them, that really want them to do this, that are going to help incentivize them, cheer them on, and help them grow their business. I think that is really powerful when they feel it from a team perspective and that they're doing it with somebody else and someone else is cheering them on, right? So I really challenge you guys to reach out to the people underneath you. That means literally everyone who wants to do the business, because anyone can do this program, and help them jump into it and come alongside them and help them be successful in it, because it's not going to be that hard to be successful if they just give it even a mediocre, middle of the ground effort. And I feel like coming out the other end knowing I accomplished Silver Club, I did it, is going to really give them something to say like, wow, I did that. It didn't kill me. I can do it. You know, my business grew. I can go to the next thing. Anybody have any questions about Silver Club? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it is new, so I might not know all the answers, but if I don't know them, I can always go to my upline group and then ask them. Anyone have any questions about it?
So Melody, it's Jeanette. Hi.
Yeah.
So does it start in September, or can we start now?
It starts in September. So the qualifying month is next month. So if you want to be a part of Silver Club, just like with Diamond Club, there's a qualifying month. Then there's typically a break month, which is when you should be preparing to make it successful for yourself. And then it starts. So that's typically how they want to do it. They want to make sure that people really are taking this seriously. Now, with only needing 2 signups each, it's not that hard to do it. But say with a Diamond Club, you really do have to prepare to do Diamond Club a lot, right? You need to prepare your family and friends. You need to get your things on the calendar. You know, typically in the past when you were traveling a lot, you had to make sure you travel, you know, had all your arrangements. So that's why they've always done, sometimes it's like, I just want to start it now, which is sort of my personality too. But that is why there's the qualification period. There is the waiting month where it's a planning month, and then it's hit it and go. And I really truly think that anybody on our team can win it. You know, sometimes we doubt ourselves like, oh, there's no way that out of everyone in doTERRA, I could win it. I mean, I've doubted myself. I've seen other people doubt themselves. Tina, and Mark, who are underneath me, and they're not my enrollments, but they're underneath our team. They just hit Blue Diamond, and they actually, when they did Diamond Club, won the entire thing, right? So like, it can be done. We can say like, oh, there's no way someone that I would know or I could do it myself. When they talked about Prime Wellness Club, you know, back a year ago or more, you know, I sat there, I literally didn't even pay attention to it, because in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I could do that, or would even want to do that, or could be capable of it. How could I do that, right? And it wasn't until I actually just continued to be doing consistent actions in my business, which I was like, wait, Beth pointed out to me, she's like, Melody, you are doing it. You are number 36. You need to go for this, right? And sometimes we need someone else encouraging us and saying, no, Candace, no, Jeanette, you guys can do it, right? All of us can do it. We just have to make that decision and then say like, we want to this for our business. This is my goal. I want to grow it, and then make that a priority. And for me, you know, doing Prime Wellness Club, it literally was just the time period. And I'm not saying after it, I wasn't exhausted, and I have to love doTERRA because I have in some aspects of my business pulled back slightly because it was an insane period, right? And I had my highest paycheck I've ever gotten when I was in a pullback month, when I was in a rest month, when I was in a I'm not going to kill myself month. And how did I get my highest paycheck ever? It's because of all those other months that I wasn't resting and that I was working really hard. But now to say like, oh wow, I've had 3 to 4 months of it being really restorative. Now I'm still signing up people. I'm still trying to grow my business, and I'm trying to plug into newer aspects of my business that are like systems and getting the website done, things that I wanted to do and just put off, right? Because I was doing those action items. So we all have different seasons in our business, but to see that even in my own business, man, like all that effort that I put in. Now I still haven't hit presidential. I thought I'd hit presidential by now, if I'm being honest, right? I've had complete setbacks. I've started my 6th leg and it has been a flop, right? Like those are realities. I've had lots of things, you know, because I don't want you guys to think like my business doesn't have hardships all the time. I've started so many different builders that have gone nowhere. If you guys would want to know how many builders I started that I thought like, you're going to be the best builder. I just recently had someone that I found out it's a long story, but long story short, they were supposed to be a top builder with me. And then it was because family stuff, you know, I was like, oh no, you can't build underneath me, you know, because I wouldn't want to hurt your family's feelings. But I thought this person would be so great. And now they're doing Young Living. I literally had to like cry to myself in that moment because I didn't want to break up their family issues or whatever. So I did sacrifice, die to myself over it and just say, I think you know, needs to be best for what's for your family. But I was like, there was my 6th leg, like, you know, and now like she's doing it with another company. So like we've all had those kind of things, right? Hey, bud. Love you. Yeah. I don't, but you could look in there and see. Okay. Maybe ask Dad. Oh, then if Dad can't find it, I wouldn't be able to. But when I'm done, I can look. Okay. He needs 2 pillows. Okay. But yeah, we've all had hardships, but then what I've learned is I just always know that once I decided that this business was for me and this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life, and this was going to be my financial thing for my family, nothing was going to stop me, right? You know, I always say this, but when I hit Diamond, 2 out of my entire 4 legs, I lost and went with 2 other people. Now that's hard, right? That's not easy. Now I was able to maintain Diamond, you know, and there are techniques to do that while I built my other legs and things like that. But like, we all have to change. So if you're in a season of like, I'm hitting walls, I keep building, no one's wanting to build with me, like I feel like I'm doing it all myself. I've been there, we've all been there, but there are absolutely people that want to do this and need to do this, especially in this season. And once you connect with those people, they're with you for life. So even if you only get, I tell people, one legitimate builder per year, even though that's hard to think, one legitimate builder per year, after 4 years, you could be diamond, right? If you get one legitimate builder that you really put everything into and you help them be successful, and then you go to one more person. And all that, although that seems very slow and time consuming, getting residual income is the best gift ever. There's basically no other businesses out there that give you residual income. And I'm telling you, I've seen it from so many of my friends' husbands, even my husband saying it. It's like, how am I able to make the amount of money and income I am right now, doing the amount of time I am doing right now? I'm with my kids all day, all the time, right? There's nobody that I know that can bring in the kind of income that I am with doTERRA, literally being with their family nonstop. Now, if that's not your thing and you don't want to, by all means don't and get a babysitter, but like I'm able to do that, right? And what I wanted to do, and still build something that was really blessing me and giving the financial freedom I want. And that is what was worth it to me the entire time, right? That is what made me say, you know, in my moments of wanting to give up, like I'm still going to do this and I'm going to push. And so I just don't know if like some of you might need to hear that encouragement tonight. I know I've needed to hear that in a lot of seasons of my business life, that like we all have seasons, but the people that I see on the other side of this, because I do get to talk to a lot of diamonds, blue diamonds, presidentials. Literally, I look around the room and I'm not judging anybody. I'm like, you're not special. I'm not special. None of us have any special unicorn skills or anything. We literally just never gave up. And most of the people along the way, and I've had so many talented people that have done it underneath me and have stopped. And then I see them thinking my years later, oh my gosh, if they would have just kept with it, they would be this rank now for sure, right? Even if they just would have not given up and just stayed with it, even if they would have hardly done anything, just for the sheer amount of volume and legs, you know, and things like they would have had it, but they gave up and they didn't see the vision and they couldn't hold it. And sometimes you can't see that for other people. And I've had to let go of people, right? And move on. But, you know, for yourself, it's like, don't lose that, because seriously, this is the game of sticking it out. And the person who sticks it out the longest and is consistent and continues to ask people into the business opportunity, continues to support their customers, all of those kind of things, is the one that eventually is going to hit diamond, blue diamond, presidential diamond. Those ranks that you're wanting to, you only hit and solidify them for being consistent. And that takes a long time, and people just don't want that. But I see a lot of other people that are my friends in jobs for a long time, and they're not making that good of money. And I was in the same spot with my bakery. And I tell people honestly, like, I felt like I worked harder than anyone. I was in it so many years. We invested tons of money, and I still was not like, I feel financially free. You know, I felt tight all the time. Like I felt like, am I going to be able to pay my taxes? I was like, I hate this feeling. I don't want to feel like that. Right. And those were my motivating factors. Everybody has different motivating factors. But those were those kind of things. So I feel like, you know, you guys that are showing up time after time, you know, it seems like you were like, okay, I'm committing to this. And you just maybe need to hear that, like, you know what, it might be hard right now. Especially sometimes summer's a little bit harder, it's a little slower, and some other people love summer. Everyone's different. But Silver Club will be a great opportunity for you or your downline to really hunker down. And I would say try to create a team community, like, you know, have like a chat, chat, incentives, all of those kind of things. I feel like what our team needs is more team stuff, which is a little hard with COVID and everything, but we're trying to dream up some more things. We're hopefully meeting together next week to do some things. And I was thinking, like, I'm up for starting classes in the oil studio again. I just don't know if everybody else is up for showing up, but I'm like, I mean, mostly of you, if you all follow me on Instagram, know that about me, but I'm like, screw this, let's start some classes again, right? I feel like people are wanting that. So I might put it out there and just see, like, who wants to start classes again? You know what I mean? Like, the space that we have is huge. If you want to social distance and sit far away, if that's your thing, absolutely feel comfortable. We have plenty of space in there, but like, why not? Like, I feel like people are craving this and they want this and they want community, and we should provide that. So I'm up for it. I almost wanted to give up the oil studio in the middle, because like, how many months of this am I going to pay rent with no one taking classes in there? But I still have it. So I think I'm going to see if people want to start classes up in July, because I think we should, right? I think there's so many ways. I love love online, but in person is just so awesome. So hopefully we can start back up in-person classes. And I really, truly do want to do something for convention, right? Convention's online, definitely sad about that, but totally understand, doTERRA. I did have to make that decision, I truly believe. But I do want to see if our community can get together and figure something out. So we're going to talk about that as well. So there's my side tangent. Let me go on to see what questions you guys had for topics that we could go over. Okay, so Jeanette said, what systems and routes and routines did you do when you were building your business? Okay, so I've told Jenna this sometimes. Jenna laughs because she's like, Melody, tell me exactly what you did, and I want to follow it to a T. And I'm like, you know, Jenna, you know, I'm not the perfect person for systems and routines. Everyone has different gifts. I would say mine is not that. Mine is probably, let me take a drink. I have something in my throat. I would say, if anything, what my number one goal was when I first started was just to sign up people, to be honest. My number one goal was to get people using oils, and whatever that meant, that's what my routine was. So continuing to share oils with people, send them samples, you know, like incentivize in different ways. I'm all about changing up incentives. I think people love that. They're literally just waiting for a new incentive. Like I almost had this person, like I went back and forth this month with someone on a kit. And I was like, she's like, okay, yeah, I want to get it. I'm like, crickets, why aren't you ordering? You know, I sent you the link or whatever, but I don't want to be buggy. And then she writes me, you know, back in here and there and stuff like that. And I never pressure at all. It's like my number one thing. I don't pressure people. Just stay in communication. And then she finally saw a different kit that I did, and that was the one she wanted, right? And then she saw I was doing a free diffuser, and she's like, well, I actually don't like that one. I'm like, no worries, let me get you a different one. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, just roll with it. So for me, I feel like sometimes like we need to change things up. Sometimes, you know, like our routine, it's easy to stay with the same kit every single time. And a lot of times like that's not hitting everybody, right? So like being able to, for me, when I started, like incentivizing with different things, like the roller bottles, or I did that gold diffuser for a little while that I ordered, you know, off of Alibaba or whatever it was, maybe not Alibaba, somewhere else. Different things like that really got fresh energy. People asked questions. They wanted it. Where'd you get that? They, you know, they wanted to host the classes and things like that for me. So I feel like doing fresh energy stuff like that with different ideas that are exciting, that look pretty, really helped my business a lot. So I constantly am thinking about, what am I doing next month that's new and exciting? Right? So doTERRA always has something like a promo. I always will utilize that, but I'm always like, what am I going to do? So like this month I was like, oh man, these teacher kits, they work for me. So what did I do? I reached out to 2 new teachers, or maybe one reached out to me, I forget. And you know, they wanted something. I'm like, hey, why don't I do a trade? And let's do a giveaway, and I'll send you this stuff for free. So now I have 2 giveaways with 2 teacher Instagram people set up for this next month, right? So for me, I always want to be looking at who can I collaborate with, because that for me gets me in out of my warm market. When I'm stuck in my warm market is when my business feels dead. Literally, your business dies when you don't get out of your warm market, and it's very painful. It's not enjoyable to market to the same people over and over again. It just isn't. It's not life-giving. It's not exciting. Those people might buy from you down the road, but they're not buying right now. So you need to get out of the warm market. So whatever you have to do to get out of your warm market should be your top routine every single month. What's my routine? How do I get out of my warm market? That should be a number one goal every month, because if you continue to get out of your warm market, whether that be who of my current customers can I set up a play date with and make roller bottles, and then eventually lead to them hosting a class or getting me friend referrals, right? Like this lady wanted, my current customer said, oh, can I buy some of those nurse labels for you? So instead of saying like, you know, no, I don't sell the nurse roller bottles, or, you know, blah, 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 I'm like, sure, totally, let me get you some nurse roller bottles. And then I said, hey, when you try out your rollers or whatever, let me know if any of your nurse friends are saying they want any, and I'll totally send some free nurse roller bottles to any of your nurse friends. That she literally was like, oh, really? That's so sweet of you. I mean, how easy of a referral program is that? The person loves me because all I did was say, I'll give your friends free oils. She's already into the nurse rollers, and so she's wanting to use them. So I try to work with things like that where I always seem like the good person, People are excited about it. And, you know, it's free stuff like that that's really nothing off my back, right? And it's a referral that most likely is going to turn into a sign up because they have a connection of excitement, right? And someone also has already got started with me that likes me a lot, right? So I don't even have to talk myself up. This person that's their friend already likes them. I'm giving them something for free. Most likely the friend's just going to tag them on my Instagram and say, oh, here's her nurse kit, the one that I got, right? Or here's the kit that I like. Oh, here's her promo this month. So you need to find customers that you can partner with that literally can be your promo people that are like, oh, here, Mary, this is the kit I was telling you about. You need to love on your customers so much and give them free stuff or great information or whatever it is. Don't bug them, that they really are so thankful for you that they want to share it with their friends and family. Those are my best referral people ever. Is just when I'm genuinely trying to help people and give them free stuff. Free stuff people love, right? I don't want people to go into debt over free stuff, but I will absolutely say free stuff built my business, right? If I didn't give away free stuff and invest in other people and I was stingy and like, oh my gosh, I want all my fast start. Like if I give that to them, I made no fast start. I do not care about fast start. I don't want any of my fast start. I want to give everybody my fast start back so they love it and they or just think I'm the best and they want to order again next month and then share it with somebody else and they have something cute to Instagram. That is what my fast start is for. I don't even want to look at that as what my income is. My income, which is what a lot of people should say, is your unilevel. Your unilevel, it will not go away. That steady income that you have the same every month. Then hopefully your power of 3 bonus should be steady income if you can solidify that, right? Then your rank, that should be steady income if you can keep it. Those 3 would be good. Your fast start, you should always think about how can I reinvest that into my business, right? Which for me means reinvesting that back into my customers. So I think referral plans with your customers is going to be a number 1 routine that you should try to get into because then you're going to get out of your warm market. A routine that I'm not great at and I'm working on, which I think would help my business so much, but I have, you know, I could go on is, and I did it more in the beginning and I did so many, I lost my voices. I truly believe that if you do wellness consults with each of your customers, your business will be better. I don't do that with everybody. I could have a million excuses why, but I don't do that with everybody. I have done it in the past and I would say it's better. I do a lot of things that do retain the relationship, but if I did do it, which that's my number 1 goal this year is to get that started back up again. I really think that would help my business a lot. So that's one of the things that I'm personally trying to re-implement back in is doing that. And if you need to incentivize that, if you need to make it like, let's do roller bottle making party, but that means I'm doing a wellness consult, whatever it may be, if that doesn't feel authentic to you, like, and it feels weird, figure out a way that sounds exciting to you or them and come and do that, right? And make it a great experience, not anything salesy. And then after that, like if you said to them like, oh, I've been making up a bunch of roller bottles. I have some extras. If you have any friends and family that really wanted, that you think might like oils, let me know and I can send some off to them this week. I mean, how non-salesy is that? It totally is. And then you have referrals right there, right? Like, oh yeah, actually my mom would love something, my uncle or this or whatever. There's so many people. So I would say doing that and then getting them, I'm still finding, which is like mind-blowing to me, that people still don't even know the basics, even though I give them ebooks, tag them in webinars, do all the things. I'm like, you still didn't know how to make a roller bottle. You still didn't know what a veggie cap was. You still didn't know you could do this. So I'm working on, and I do want to share it with all of you guys, doing email templates with that new email system, the Flow Desk, and really having a series of them and having it go out. So I'm having a new customer one, how to use aromatically, how to do topically, and then I'm going to go through all topics. It's not going as fast as I'd like, but that's a number 1 goal. I think if you could get those for people, and if you're not good at it and you don't have that and you authentically can do it faster and it's easier in your brain to DM them or text them, do it that way. People love DM or text. Say, hey, hope you're loving your oils. I just thought I'd shoot you a couple things on how to use your diffuser and my favorite diffuser blends. So easy. You could send that to 10, 15 customers in a 5-minute span if you just copied and pasted, and they would love it. You're not trying to sell them anything, nothing. All you're saying is, hope you're loving your oils. Here are my favorite diffuser blends I thought you'd use and some little info on how to use your diffuser. So do that. If you like doing it DM and texting, I think that's great. Sometimes that's better than email. I do think email, you can get it to more people, but I personally think that actually DMing people gets it more to them. So come up with a couple things that you could reach out to people, you know, connect with your customers and see what are the topics they actually care about, right? And start educating and sending them info on that. Those are some of the routine things I would do. I try to listen to people on what they want instead of like shoving things down their throat and doing those kind of things. What other systems and routines?
Have you ever like built referral partnerships where maybe the person that you're utilizing to refer people to you, they don't end up signing up as even a customer or an advocate, but you can, in exchange for the referrals that they have, just because they have a big foundation, gift them like free oils or like
Yeah.
diffuser blends and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I did have my, I could find it. I had my husband make me one. It is a whole page. I'll send it to you afterwards. And it was a referral program. So it's a link. They could send it to their friends and family or whatever. And then they could put in the people's info on it. And then it told them, and the person would say like, this was my referral person. So then I did send out. What I did find is I really like, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to like actually make the sale. And I like those referrals. I didn't get as many sales that I had hoped on some of them. So I didn't do it as much. I feel like some of my best ones are just, you know, when they tag them in my Instagram. I feel like if they can get one of their people to follow me on Instagram, that person then is seeing me show up in their life almost every day. And I have a way better chance of like, you know, of them eventually buying. That's why instead of referral programs, my favorite is some kind of Instagram collaboration where that person, you send free stuff to, they post about it, and then you get followers. Because a follower then is going to see you for a long time and you're actually going to be able to connect with them. Sometimes if I just find that if you just send 2 random samples or something, they don't use them. They don't ever get back to you via text. I don't have a great closing rate as I do on if someone follows me on Instagram and then they see how I use the oils and interact with them and that I'm a genuinely normal person and their friend then tags them. Because I do tell the person, you'll get a referral gift. So then that person is incentivized to then keep tagging the person or saying, oh, I think you might like this kit or something, because they are getting something. And I tell them, what do you want? You know, if you want that anti-aging roller and whatever, I'll give it to you. If you want this free oil, sure. You know, like I'll customize it to literally whatever they want within range of like a $20. I normally give them whatever, this is just mine, and I'm more generous than some people. That's totally fine. You don't have to be. But I give about 20 PV worth. If it's like, you know, whatever my commission is, I give that back in PV. So, or I'll give like 4 small roller bottles, like 4 or 5 ml roller bottles, right? They love it. And so for me, Jeanette, I would say that followers is what they say it's the best. That's why if they say if you get an email follower and they keep in your emails, eventually they're finally going to buy, right? It's that repetition. The same thing is why I think Instagram works for me, is because I'm good at that repetition. If they follow me, they see me over and over again, which the sample, sometimes I'm sending them a sample and they've never had any interaction with me. They don't follow me. There's no major connection. And then sometimes it just falls flat, right? And I come up as a salesy person to them. I'm not saying samples don't work, but I do feel like if you can get a genuine connection and especially if someone else is fangirling you out, like, I love this person, these oils are amazing, look at my cute roller bottles. You almost don't have to do anything before the person writes you and says, oh, I saw Mary, I wanted to get the same thing Mary got. Can you give me more info? That's a way easier sale than saying, oh, let me sample you for your top 2 issues. And will you even use the roller bottle? Do you know even how to use it? Once Mary says she loves it, you want to buy it. It's just sales. Like that's just how sales work on social media and Instagram. It's why I get a lot more sales than some people, is because I do a lot of it on Instagram. And I feel like a lot of people do quick buys, meaning like if they're on there in a spendy mood and Mary said she loved this and they thought those were cute teacher roller bottles, I need to get that. If you make it an easy process for them to get and you say, absolutely, here's the details of my teacher kit, and you don't make it confusing or overwhelming, and you just send them to the page or answer their questions, and then they send them to the link, you have a much better shot of getting a sale than in a sample process, I've found. But that's just me personally. So I would say work on collaborating with other people. They don't have to have huge Instagrams. Start small. Even if you had someone who had 200 followers, 500 followers, whatever it is, hey, if you can get 15 of them to follow you, maybe 2 of them will turn into legit sales. 2, that's all you need for Silver Club, 2 sales a month, right? So I'm just saying, like, you just need to get out of your warm market into other people, and that's a really easy way to do it. Offer a free diffuser, right? I just bought like 10 diffusers from Target because they're cute. Now, do I like our diffusers at doTERRA? Yes, but sometimes I need to change it up, right? And I need to show like, oh, look at this diffuser. You can have it for free. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I need that. Do they know that you can get it at Target? No, right? But like, if they don't ask me, I'm not telling them, and then they want it for free, right? So there's those kind of things that you can really incentivize people with, to get things. I did go over time. I'm classic to do that. I can totally get off unless anybody else has any questions. Let's see. Do you constantly promote a share program like a promoter, or does it come naturally? I do different seasons, Candace. Sometimes I try different things to see. So like I said, I can upload, I wonder if I could find it. Probably can't, it'll probably take me too long, but I can show you guys what I had Tim make me or whatever, which is sort of like an easy program. But you could literally make graphics too and just say like, send the graphic out to everyone, do like a quick little Instagram video or whatever. Sometimes I find the videos are a little bit more personable, and you can just send the person a link and just like, like, oh, I'm offering to send out like free rollers to friends and family this month or whatever. Just thought, I'd send it your way in case you were interested. And I have, lots of free gifts. If any of your friends and family end up wanting to get started, of course, you can get a gift per person or whatever. Very easy, non-whatever. And then make sure and have a nice, really good kit, right? That they can tag them in or something like that, and then send them out some cute roller bottles and things like that. So then definitely always make sure those people follow you on Instagram, because again, I think a follow is worth so much. Maybe they won't sign up this year. Next year, when their kid's sick, they're going to sign up, right? So you want to get the follow. That is what will help you get on. That's why I feel like having an oil account where it's strictly oil and not like random family stuff does come in beneficial, because it's hard to get some people to follow you that don't even know you if you are posting random family stuff. Not that you can't do some of it, but you got to hone it in a little bit if you're sending it out to the masses, right? Because they don't want to see your kid in their underwear or whatever if they have no connection to your family, unless your kid's like uber cute or something, like an Instagram, whatever, styled kid or whatever, maybe you can get away with that. But like daily stuff, unless it's using your oils with it, they don't want to see as much as that if it's an outside follow, is just what I found. That's why I felt like my oil account has grown way more than my personal account, because I've kept it straight on oils. It's like my business card in a sense. That's what I look at it like. Now they love when Blake comes on and talks about oils. It's some of my people's favorite posts, right? So definitely if you do that, that's a great thing, but just keep it honed in if you have an oil account, so you can actually get people to follow you that are outside, that are like, oh wow, yeah, this is like a legit oil account, like I want to follow this person, and things like that. And I found that, like, I know everyone doesn't have budget every month, but One Drop has really been slaying it with good oil info. I feel like that's been so easy for me. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's worth the investment in your business. There's so much content on there that I can easily pull off and create great content for my followers that are like, oh my gosh, that was so helpful. And I'm like, I reposted my kids kit again. It's the same kids kit photo I took like 4 or 5 months ago. I've reposted every 2 months about my kids kit, and people act like, oh, I love this kids kit. It's the same kids kit, right? I just pull it out every couple months. And then I pulled out these new slides from One Drop that they had all done up for me that were perfect, right? I didn't have to do anything for it. And it was great. You know what I mean? And 2, with that kind of kit, I had a lot of current customers say, oh, I want that kit. So what did I do? I said, sure, get it. I'll give you the free roller bottles. I didn't say, oh no, these roller bottles are just for new enrollments. I'm not going to send those to you. No, you want to get that? Sure. Now, I don't offer that to every person that's ordering, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you did a 100 PV order. Let me send you a gift every month. I couldn't do that. But if someone reaches out to me, that's a customer of mine that sees a promo that I'm doing that wants it, I will typically always give them the promo. Now this last one, I was like, well, that one doesn't really qualify for the free diffuser unless you're a new customer, but I'll give you all the other freebies. You know what I mean? And things like that. But I typically will always, because I want them to feel like they're just as special and get just as much great treatment for having reoccurring orders as for my current customers. Lastly, before I get off, the last thing that I did implement when I was doing Prime Wellness Club, which I know helped me be able to win it, is doing a gift for people to get them on the LRP for the first 3 months afterwards. I knew that was my weak point, is getting people on the LRP compared to signing up, right? That was my weaker point. So I literally I got out of my comfort zone and talked about how they could get these gifts if they ordered 100 PV each month on the LRP, right? And really tried to hone in on talking about the LRP, incentivizing it and things like that. So that really helped me if they got a legit gift for each month, and then they got a gift at the end if they did 3 months. And that really helped me, because once you got someone on the LRP for 3 months, they typically are then on the LRP for life. So if you even think about it, the investment that you're making, if you stick with this for life, is an investment in your customer for life, right? How do you get to go to the next rank of actually having reoccurring orders? Otherwise, you're stuck in the same spot every single month trying to get the same volume, right? We've all been there, right? Until we finally get reoccurring orders, then we get new customers. That's how you rank advance. You have to keep reoccurring, and then you have to go and get new customers. That's when you get to the next rank. So that's definitely something. Some people are pro at getting LRP orders and are amazing at it. If you're not good at it, just type in like LRP or things like that. There's so much good info, even on YouTube in our group, on how to talk about the LRP, right? How to do it authentically, how to incentivize people. For me, a lot of times, some of those people like my wellness boxes. You know, those wellness boxes we created a while back? I had one lady that just said, yeah, each month I want a different box. You know, we'll pick a different one. And she literally was fine with it. And I could have been like, oh, you probably don't have enough money. You just bought a kit. I don't know, right? She loved these wellness boxes. They took all of the guesswork out for her. She's like, I want the kids one this month, I want the stress and anxiety one this month, and I want the non-toxic home. Those are probably my top 3, right? Oh, and everyone loved them, right? We have a pets one now. So talking about those, and then you can even customizing it for people, but letting them know that, like, it's like, I just had a customer talk to me today. She's like looking into doing the business with her daughter, and she's like, so do you really buy like $100 of oils a month, like to do, do the business side? And I was like, well, no, like, I mean, I could buy $100 worth a month, but I said, there are so many other products. And then I went on to all these. And then when I started to talk about the skincare, she's like, oh my gosh, there's skincare she didn't even know. So how many of our customers don't even know doTERRA has skincare? That don't even know that, when you do yarrow palm, frankincense and copaiba together in a serum, it's magical or whatever, that don't know that there's a great deodorant or a cleaner concentrate. Like, those are called staple LRP orders, which get you a customer for life. So I feel like, you can push kits, but you also have to be educating on all the other products that doTERRA has out there. Otherwise, people are gonna be like, oh man, I've got 52 lemons, 10 grapefruits, and balance. I'm done on the LRP, get me out, right? Like, if that happens, that's our fault, because we haven't taught them either what to use their oils for or what else to buy, right? So that's a good point. Let's see. Last question. So are you asking them to share your products, or are you sharing for them? And they are sharing. So typically I gift. So I've done trades before. Well, no, actually, let me think. No, typically when I do it on my personal account, I did do trades where I talked about their product and then they talked about mine. I don't know if I really like those as much, because normally I authentically don't love their product as much. And then it gets a little awkward, right? There's not too many products that I really want to like talk about at a time. Now, I do like beauty counter makeup. So that could be a collaboration to me that would be okay, right? I could totally authentically talk about how I like this beauty counter product. They could totally authentically talk about how they use their doTERRA product, and we could swap. That one I could do. There's not too many other ones that I'm like really into. So what I like doing is just gifting people a lovely gift of oils, like a custom oil set, right? Whatever it is, a beautiful diffuser, even if it's from Target, I don't care, but make sure it's something that brings back customers to you, right? And typically I find that custom labels get the most followers, because these followers are like, oh, I've seen oils before, but what are those? I want to learn about those teacher oils or that nurse oil or those pretty labels or something like that. Those are what typically get the person to come to me and say, how can I get that? And that person, although I'll get a lot of people that won't buy from me first, and they'll say like, oh, but I just want to buy the rollers. They say no. They stick around. They followed me. They're stuck with following me until they unfollow me, right? And eventually they're going to buy from me, right? There will be some promo that will finally get them to say, all right, I did just want the roller bottles, but I like that promo. Let me get it, right? Now it might take a year. I've had people say that, right? But eventually they're going to go with it because they originally liked your cute rollers, even if they didn't buy it originally from you. But I don't sell the roller bottles individually to them. I just say I gift them with a set, you know, but yeah, I typically just gift people, Danielle. So whatever it is, I'll see what they want and then I'll gift them a set. And normally they're really into it and they're think it's so awesome because the custom rollers outside of our world cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like if they were to buy them in a store, like it's not cheap to buy them. So, and no one can get certain ones like our teacher and nurse roller bottles, which I love. No one has those, right? And then even the other labels we get through the Lady Candace, most people don't know where to buy those. I don't share them either. So like those are pretty exclusive to our team too, and people love them. So that is my best route is to go, or the baby rollers, different things like that. I go that route and people like that the most, and I get the most follows for it. But I always, if I'm doing like a thing, is I do a giveaway, and the requirement is that they have to follow me and then to get it. So like, you know, the giveaway is you follow both people and you comment, you know, on the post or whatever and like the post. Those are like the requirements because I need to get a follow for me to do it. I don't want them just to do a shout out. Typically, it doesn't really give me much. But yeah, well, I went over time, but I wasn't on last week. So hope you guys had a great night. Excited for July, hoping to get classes back. So I'm glad I saw a couple of you shaking heads like, yes, let's do classes. And all of that. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll add this video if you want to tag any of your people to learn about Silver Club. They can watch this recording. I'll add it. So have a great night, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you.